Kevin, this seems to be a very specific message coming from the White House, though we should mention that the Commerce Secretary did speak to meet the press, saying that there would not be a recession. But what does this new tone coming from Treasury Secretary Bessent and President Trump suggest about a put of sorts coming from the White House?
Well, I do think some of this is about managing expectations and trying to figure out how to spin what look like some, slightly worrying numbers about sort of where the U.S. economy is headed. But, I think more broadly, I think Trump has talked a lot about tariffs. He's talked about applying them for several different reasons. And I think a lot of the world was hoping that this would mostly be a negotiating tactic where he'd threaten things, people would make some kind of deal, and then the threat of tariffs would go away. I think some of this is suggesting that the tariffs indeed are really seen as potentially more of a structural change for the way Trump wants the economy to work, and that is going to be more of a long-term effect with an adjustment period. And obviously, in the short term and perhaps the medium term, that's going to mean inflation. It's going to mean a hit to GDP, and it's not obviously really clear whether his strategy would succeed in the long run. But he's got to find a way to start getting people to accept that there may well be some short-term economic pain, which was not something that he campaigned on at all.